Hello, my name is Ashley, and I'm a proud mother of three boys and one girl. I'm here today to share with you a very personal story of how I managed to successfully plan the birth of my beautiful daughter. That's right, you heard me. In a way, I planned her into being. How, you ask? Well, the short answer would be that I found a way to naturally and effectively determine the gender of my baby girl. After my discovery of this simple three-step process, I have since helped 11,993 couples worldwide to choose the baby of the gender of their choice. I know what you're going through. I know what it's like to dream and plan of having that handsome prince or that beautiful princess, to decorate that perfect room and buy those wonderful clothes, only to find out that you're bearing a baby of the opposite gender. Don't get me wrong. I love all my children equally. It's just that after having three beautiful boys, both me and my husband really felt the longing for that little princess to come into our lives. We longed for a baby daughter to fill our lives and our hearts. And let me tell you, the moment when she finally entered our lives, what I experienced was nothing less than pure bliss. At long last, my life is now complete. Is my story similar to yours? Do you or your partner dream of having that specific gender to complete your family? If so, then believe me, I know what you're going through. I know how tiring it can be to hope and pray for that perfect baby to come along. How thinking about the possibility of having the baby of the opposite gender makes you feel anxious and emotionally vulnerable. I've been there. After all, I did have three boys before I eventually gave birth to my precious little princess. I certainly wouldn't wish that on you, or anyone else for that matter. Let me ask you this. What if I told you I could take all your stress, doubt, and anxiety away? What if I told you that there's a way to naturally predetermine the gender of your baby? What if I told you that my simple three-step plan has helped more than 11,000 couples around the world to successfully select their preferred gender? People like Dan N. from Little Rock, Arkansas. Shelley F. from Rochester, New York. Trust me, there's a lot more where that came from. So many people have experienced success by following my program. If my program worked for these people, there's no reason to assume it won't work for you. I mean, what would it mean to you to have total assurance and peace of mind in knowing that the baby you conceive will be the baby of your dreams? It's priceless. And now that I've got your attention, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ashley Spencer, and I planned my little princess into being. And whether you want a boy or girl, I can help you achieve your dreams. Let me tell you my story on how my husband and I discovered this program. My husband and I were blessed with three beautiful boys, but my dream of having a precious baby girl seemed hopeless. And even he wanted Daddy's little girl. I wanted another baby, but I really didn't know if I could handle four boys. And I knew whatever happened, this would be my last chance to have a little princess. The idea of a little baby girl consumed my thoughts. Matt noticed I was often in my head and had trouble concentrating. At night I started to dream of my baby girl, often waking unable to fall back asleep. Maybe you can relate to these feelings. My husband felt terrible. He even thought it could be his fault, since gender is determined by the sperm. That's probably why he seemed so excited one day after work. He had a huge smile on his face, but he wouldn't tell me why he was so happy. His happiness was contagious, and after bugging him for a good 10 minutes, he finally decided to tell me. He took a deep breath and said, "I've discovered a way to nearly guarantee we have a girl." I remember feeling mixed emotions at that point. A part of me wanted to believe, but I was also scared of being disappointed yet again. So I kept quiet as he explained what he had found. A co-worker of his gave birth to a baby girl. My husband congratulated him and asked if he was going to have any more. What the man said took him by surprise. He replied, "No more. We got what we wanted. 2 boys and a girl. We planned it that way. Planned it that way? Yes, we came to find out he did plan it. Initially, my husband thought he must be joking, but offered to take him to lunch anyway. He wanted to grill the man about how he planned to have 2 boys and a girl. It turned out that the man and his wife had attended a $350 two-day seminar in Nevada on gender selection back in the late 1990s. It was there he learned just how far the medical community has come in determining a baby's gender. Wait a minute. If it really is possible for couples to choose the gender of their baby, why haven't we all heard about it? I asked my husband. That's when my husband told me the bad news. Apparently, some religious groups think gender selection is unethical. They pressure doctors everywhere to keep quiet, and through protests and boycotts, were able to convince the doctors who put on the seminar into shutting down operations. This valuable seminar was then lost to the public completely, until now. The good news was that doctors at the seminar handed out learning materials and textbooks which covered gender selection in great detail, and Matt's coworkers still had them. My husband quickly offered to pay him $350 for the materials. He didn't ask me first, and I didn't care, because my baby girl was worth more than $350. Long story short, I devoured the entire gender selection learning material in a weekend. I also read the additional books the material suggested, and eventually came up with a simple 3-step process. 1. Timing and body chemistry. Getting pregnant at different times in your cycle plays a large role in gender selection, and so does the pH balance of your body chemistry. 2. Slightly modify your diet to favor your preferred gender. Surprisingly enough, one gender benefits from snack food more than the other. 3. Various sex positions and habits can favor one gender over another. After understanding the steps involved, I wasted no time in getting pregnant. After I had become pregnant in late April of that year, the question then becomes, was my newly conceived baby a boy or a girl? Fast forward 18 weeks after conception. I would never forget the day I had that ultrasound. Although I was fairly confident my method would give me that baby daughter I've always wanted. But when the moment of truth finally arrived, I found myself closing my eyes for a good 5 minutes. It was the longest 5 minutes of my life. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the ultrasound technician said to me, "Looks like we have a little princess on board here." I slowly uncovered my eyes in disbelief and looked at the black and white screen. It felt surreal, and everything was in slow motion, but I eventually broke down in tears of joy, and so did my husband. It was the happiest day of my life. It was the day that my daughter and I were finally reunited. Yes, reunited. You see, I loved my baby daughter before she was even born, before she was conceived even. I always knew that we would fill each other's hearts someday, and that day had finally arrived. Does that sound like you? I mean, have you ever wanted something so bad you're literally willing to do or pay anything for it? Whether you want a boy or girl, you're literally minutes away from unlocking the secrets of gender selection. Let me put things into perspective for you. As far as I'm concerned, you have 2 choices now. The first choice is to let this opportunity pass you by and opt for an invasive and risky medical procedure like in vitro fertilization, IVF. In addition to being risky, IVF is also a very expensive procedure. The cost of a single cycle of IVF is around $12,000, and there's no guarantee that the treatment will work on the first cycle, or on its subsequent cycles for that matter. The success rate of IVF and other costly gender selection procedures is only at 50% at best. If you can consider the second choice, decide to invest a mere $47, and the entire gender selection system is yours. A mere fraction of the $350 my husband paid for the lost seminar or the cost of IVF. It's roughly equivalent to the amount you spend on a month's worth of disposable diapers. Plus, with more than 11,000 satisfied couples around the world, this could possibly be the best investment you'll ever make. If you're one of the next 43 to order, you're also going to get Fast Action Takers Bonus Number 1. Change your body chemistry in 5 days. Add $17 value, 43 left. Fast Action Takers Bonus 2. Know your ovulation cycle. At $11 value, 43 left. It's yours free when you order How to Conceive the Gender of Your Choice today. So you see, you really can't lose. If at any time within 60 days of purchase you feel dissatisfied with my ebook for whatever reason, just give us a call and we'll give you a full refund. You heard me. I'll give you a full refund and my ebook will be yours forever. That's how confident I feel about my ebook. Sign up now. I can't wait to help you conceive the baby of your dreams.